quick video on how to switch out a faucet. We're going to go from this to this. This is the new one, so let's get started. First off, you'll need some pliers. It's really all I use for now. Clean out the underside of your sink or vanity so you can get to the valves. This is on for my valve. That is off for my valve. Check it up here, relieve the pressure. No water. So we're good to move to the next part. So this is a really old faucet. So first we're going to loosen the black part here, which is just the collar that holds it together. And you'll have to kind of do that however you can. It might just be finger tight and you can get it. Mine were kind of tricky or tough to get off. So loosen up both of the black rings first. And I actually already did that. So those are nice and loose. The next thing will be to remove the water lines. And so I'm just going to grab those and I'm going to I'm going to do it off camera because it's easier, but just get those loose and to where you can turn them by hand and take them both off. Oh yeah, before you take the water lines off, get a little towel. There's going to be just a smidge of water. Okay, I got one off. I'm going to show you what it looks like when you get a second one off. See, there's a little bit of water just left up there, but not a big deal. And I'll just let those kind of fall around. And I'm going to remove those black nuts all the way off, and then we'll go to the top side. Okay, we got both the black rings off, which seems to take forever. Once you do that, you can pull this guy out, and you can do whatever you want with it. You could put it back in a different room. I'm going to clean it off because it's disgusting. This house is about 15 years old. I think this is all original stuff. So let me get the new faucet and clean up this a bit. Here's the little water guard. If you're going to reuse it, keep that. I'm actually going to reuse these so in our kids' bathroom. So anyway, I'll get the new faucet and we'll be right back after I clean this up. Okay, we're relatively clean. I even took some CLR to it and cleaned out the sink a bit. And so here's our new faucet. Okay, so here's the new faucet, and I'm going to take off these clear, well, kind of whitish, weird looking rings all the way off. You want to do that. And you want to make sure you locate this guy. It'll say top, front. That guy's going to go right there. And once I get these off, I'm going to stick it through the openings here. Okay, so just stick it through there. And you want to just make sure it's centered on that little black piece there, so it's not too far one way or the other. And then you're going to thread these pieces back on underneath. And don't get them like super tight. You don't have to at first, because when you're under there tightening these things, you'll kind of have to align it a little bit. Like when they're still kind of loose, this has a little bit of play in it. So you want to get them kind of slightly tight and then kind of straighten it up and then final tighten it down. That way it doesn't like look awkward. So I'm going to get those finger tight, and I'll actually attach the water hoses while I'm down there as well. Okay, this is the not so fun part, but I could do this. I'm actually completely inside the vanity, which is a little awkward, but itty bitty living space. So I'm going to put that. Now, here's the part that you don't want to screw up. When you put your water hoses back on, one of them is going to be hot, the other one is going to be cold. The hot one should be the one that's on the left side when you're facing the faucet. So this one is the hot one. So let's look at my hose setup. So mine, they didn't actually label hot or cold, but you can see on the hose itself it's red, which usually means hot. It's kind of funny when they plumbed this house, they plumbed it opposite. So this is the hot here, and it's got to go over to the left here. It's kind of weird, but whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook those up next. Okay, as I put this on, I just wanted to make a note. Check your hose to make sure it's not like really torn up or anything. This guy looks pretty good. It's got a little bit of gunk in there, but that should come out. Nothing like water dripping on your face. Okay, so I'm gonna do this as far as I can go with finger tightening while I'm trying to take a video. So do this, get it on there, and take these guys, and you don't have to like hork this thing down. It's got a nice rubber seal in there to where you don't have to make this so tight that you're, I don't know, gonna break it or something. So just keep doing this. So this one is pretty good, pretty tight. I'll do the next one, and then finally tighten that white collar, and then we'll be good to go. All right, both faucet hoses, or whatever, hot and cold hoses are on. So let's climb out. Now you can see what I mean. The faucet is not straight. So since I didn't tighten it all the way, I can still kind of move it around without getting too crazy. Might need both hands. Be right back. All right, so straight, you know, looks straight, looks good. Obviously, no water yet, so I'm gonna do the final tighten underneath here, and then I'm gonna turn on the water. So crank on the water. I'm gonna reach under and just give it a nice, you know, decent twist as best I can. I've been working out. Okay, now just wait. That's cold water. Little air bubbles will come out a little bit, and we're done. There's your new faucet.